7 adventurers, 2 plans, 1 baby, and a chase scene. This week on The Hapless Heroes.
I'm not standing next to the sausage, though.
I am.
Hello and welcome back to the Hapless Heroes podcast. My name is Dave and I will be your host and dungeon master for this evening. And we're going to start this evening the same way I start every other evening because I don't have to be original about this part of the podcast. That's for the rest of the podcast. Starting on my left, we have James as Hoblet the Smasher.
Good evening, friendos.
To his left, we have Mike as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind.
At my service.
To his left, we have Phil as Hedrick the Entertainer.
We gotta get this baby.
To his left, we have Zach as Pregnart.
Catch me if you can.
To his left, we have Nicole as Boris the Butcher.
I don't really know why we're running, but Felix seems really mad and this is kind of funny.
To her left, we have John as Lord Jarrell the Light.
Pregnant, where are you going with that baby?
And to his left, we have Francesco as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom.
Why does nobody ever listen to me?
We begin, as we ended last episode, on a chase scene with the lead, Pregnart, with a baby Brewhoff. Yeah, what was his name? Brewhoff Lightfoot. I had to go look at my notes for my main antagonist, whatever person.
Not antagonist.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
He helped us.
Yeah, I mean, he was. Yeah, the conflict was kind of through him, not really with him, but you know what I mean. He was the primary conflict driver.
The catalyst.
Yeah.
I say we drive enough conflict on our own. So
Yeah, but Brewhoff Lightfoot is a baby, and a baby Bjorn, Strike Pregnart, who is running at full froggy speed away from everybody because he heard that somebody might do something to the baby.
So now we're all in chase,
Yes.
and Felix is yelling from the back, "Can we please just go with my plan? It's really not a bad idea."
And the party sort of runs, and Pregnart is the first to hop up through the foyer, which is, still very dismal and Resident Evil-y looking with cobwebs for no readily apparent reason in a dim room filled with, dark velvety curtains covering all the windows. It's very gloomy in here. And out to the double doors. I presume you would be running out to the outside?
Yes.
All right, so, Pregnart does that and zips outside the building.
Look, we're going in the right direction, but we don't need to be running. Can we just do this calmly?
No.
Jarrell exits right behind Pregnant.
Yes, not too far in chase, maybe about 30 feet, just a quick, second or so to react after Pregnart got the hop on you, as it were.
I'm lagging behind because my legs are short.
Yes. As you have, 25-foot move speed on your own?
And I'm dashing, so 50, but even then, if
Oh,
I'm dashing...
just even dashing would be lagging behind the full medium-sized persons.
Once Jarrell is outside of the building, he will look behind him. Does the building shrink at all?
The building stays normal size to your perspective.
Cool.
What does Pregnart see?
What does Pregnart see? Out in front of you, there is a broad stone street, maybe about 50 feet wide. Cobblestones sort of stretching off through this village area with sort of Tudor style, like the mid-century German sort of buildings on either side, but halfling sized. So you're, almost a whole story tall.
Does he see any other halflings, any other beings?
There are some halflings milling about in the square just ahead, maybe about 80 feet in front of you.
Are any of them? What does Pregnart think a smart person looks like? do any of them have like facial hair or glasses?
So they're mostly simple village folk, but one of them is wearing what looks to be sort of a long coat. His hair is sort of coiffed into spiky points, sort of sticking up from either side. It would look like horns at the right angle, but is just, very outrageous, almost gnomish hair. And sort of a
that
curly,
person looks like a fucking genius
mustache.
to Pregnart.
Yes, and he's wearing some steampunk goggles, so he's smart.
Definitely. All right, Pregnart runs towards that guy.
Yes, so the steampunk halfling walking through town looks a little bit startled at the Magoogle barreling at him at full speed. Oi, gadzooks!
I have a magic time baby and he needs help.
A magic time baby, you say?
Yes, it's a magic time baby.
That sounds interesting. I would like to see this magic time baby.
Pregnart holds him out in front of him, and he still has the watery, glistening top hat and the monocle and the bubblegum cigar.
The baby has all of these things.
The baby is still in shock, I imagine.
With this fantastic monocle. Oh my gosh, it's so much like my goggles. And this fabulous watery top hat and bubblegum cigar. He must clearly be a magnificent time baby. What
He's
can
the
I do
best
to
time
help?
baby I've ever met.
Wouldn't he be the only time baby you've ever met?
Also, I'm sorry, what was the question you just asked at the end of that?
I think he was just sort of going on about how magnificent this baby was. With like the fabulous water top hat and monocle and bubblegum cigar. This must obviously be a time baby.
Yeah, clearly is a time baby.
Yes! Don't they all look like this?
They do.
Yes, of course they all look like this. Why wouldn't they?
Do you know anyone who can cure him of his baby time disease?
Why would anyone want to cure a baby of time disease? Have you seen this baby? Like, holds him up with one hand sort of under the butt and one by the back, like, displaying to everybody how magnificent this time baby is. Like, why would you want to mess with the most perfect thing nature could have created?
And Pregnant says,
Actually, you're right. He was actually, let's say, miserable before.
I'm assuming that Jarrell arrives around this time in the conversation, giving chase to Pregnart.
Yes, so Pregnart appears to be at least considering giving the time baby to this mysterious steampunk halfling who has gnomish hair.
Are there other
people in heaven?
Are there other halflings around? Is it just him?
Yes, there are. They seem to mostly be simple village folk, looking very much like the sort of people in that Peter Jackson film that we're not going to talk about. Sort of going about their very rural, almost New Zealander lifestyle.
the king of the jewelry.
Jarrell will say, I apologize. That is actually Brohoff Lightfoot in baby form. Would you mind, we shouldn't be long, would you mind caring for him as we need to ask potentially Valen to change him back to his regular place in time?
if Valen sees it to be right, I suppose. I don't know why she would want to mess with such perfection. Of course I will watch over this baby with everything that I am.
Felix is gonna catch up a little, like just shortly after, right? Like out of breath, right? Just like winded. Good sir, just real quick, I just need your name, just so that we know who to reference. When we meet Valen, just want to make sure we know who we're talking about and who the baby's, in the care of.
Excellent. This looks like a job for the Name Bucket channel.
Name bucket.
Name
Do you have a name bucket montage song?
Big bucket of names. It's a name bucket.
That's gonna be next on my list for sure.
Yes. Good. Thank you, Altair, for Plandrin Objectivist Noteworthy.
Plandrin Objectivist Notary.
I'm sorry, wait.
Plandrin Objectivist Noteworthy.
I'm just gonna say right now, real quick, that is my favorite name.
It's
That's
a
a very
pretty
good
great name. Just wanted to write down that Palindrin Objectivist Noteworthy has the time baby.
I'm just hoping the family of Folksbane makes an appearance at some point.
Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna say real quick, Plandrin, thank you. You are doing a very, very good thing here, and I just want to say that this was a great idea.
Of course, it's a family trait. If I didn't do something like this, I wouldn't be noteworthy.
And that, my friend, is why I like you. We just met, but I knew I liked you the second I saw you. Okay.
Moving
Crew.
on.
Crew. Can we focus on the objective now? Of, ascending and me not being smoten by Valen.
I think it's smote or smitten. I don't think smoten.
What
is
are you smoking?
I'll smote what he's smoting.
I'm gonna bastardize the English language forever. Thank you.
Is this a different plane?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can
because
I
we
shift
shifted
us?
from one to another.
Well, yeah, can I just shift us to the next one?
Can you cast? Oh, right, we did rest.
Maybe.
Right. So can I just...
That would certainly be accelerating the plot.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this spell?
I mean, if it works, it works. I can't just go throwing arbitrary barriers in front of you guys for no good reason.
I was gonna say, you can do that, you just have to have a good reason.
Yeah, like, I can't just be arbitrary about it.
Right.
But can he choose where he shifts?
No, we
to?
ended up in a fucking test the last time we did this.
No,
so
so you and up to 8 willing creatures link hands in a circle or transported to a different plane of existence. You specify a target destination in general terms, such as the city of Brass on the elemental plane of fire.
right. Yeah, we
And
do
you
know how this
appear
works.
in or near the destination.
right. So you would have to name the plane, which we believe was
Harold.
what
No.
was it called again? Fuck. I forgot to write it down.
Oh, I could tell you the name of the plane, and I could even tell you the spot on the plane.
I mean,
I
Valen's
told
lap.
you last
That would be the spot.
But would
It
you?
was more
Valen's-
Oh no! You guys are gonna pick the target.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called.
Well, okay.
I'm
Jarrell,
picking
you
the
would-
target. We're trying
name-
to find Valen.
It sounded like something like a spider. It was like arachnus or arachnophobia
No.
or no.
Nope.
We're
mean,
not
yes,
just gonna
but no.
guess.
Jarrell, you obviously know where your god lives right now, right? So what's the name of it?
Good thing I took 0 notes.
And all I wrote
literally-
was
This is literally your story arc, bud.
I rolled a 19 on my religion remembering check.
You know what? Your religion check will tell you that you would be looking for the Electrum Heaven.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like it was exactly what you told me.
Well, that's good enough.
So that's where we're going.
So, yeah, I tell Halbert that, yeah.
Goodbye, baby, Brewhoff.
I
Bye,
don't. Are we bringing the fucking sausage?
Of course.
Yes.
He only wait.
Are we? Hold
He only
on.
lasts for like an hour, right?
No,
Yes.
he's permanent here.
On this plane.
He works as
That's right.
He works as Pregnart's familiar
But-
here.
But we could literally link hands with the sausage.
No!
And if it just becomes a 45-pound sausage when we get to the next place we're going,
Which
then
it
it's
will.
a 45-pound sausage that we can cook and eat. So, like, I don't see how we lose in this situation.
I think it's already edible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right
but
now,
now
You want to eat him alive?
No, you eat him when he's inanimate, but we're not eating him cold. That's damn sure.
let's just focus on linking hands, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not standing next to the sausage, though.
I am.
Jarrell's,
yeah.
I guess, next to
I
on the
love
other
how
side.
you will approve the plan, but I'm not standing next to the sausage.
I got standards, okay?
All right.
Drake
so-
tries to find a spot between Quinn and Jarrell.
It's
Alright.
just weird the hills you people will die on.
I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
somebody's linking hands with the sausage.
Nope.
We don't need to figure out the exact order. Jarrell is definitely down to link
Yeah.
hands with the sausage.
Yeah,
I help.
that's what we've established,
Okay.
and that is
Yeah.
the only important detail
That
here.
really is the only important detail, is whom the sausage is between.
So
Also,
are we?
who's holding Pragnart's other hand?
I just need him between a bun. That's all I want.
I'll hold your other hand, Pregnart.
All right.
Um,
Yes.
Are we going to
Oh,
Mount
mustard?
Celestia or just Electrum Heaven? Probably just Electrum
Well,
Heaven. 'cause that's all I
Mount
told.
Celestia is the overarching plane that you're on.
Okay.
The Electrum Heaven is the name of a layer of Mount Celestia.
Okay. That's what I was confused when I thought we were just literally climbing a mountain, but it's not a mountain. It's a mountain that covers
it's-
multiple
Yeah,
realities.
it is a name of the plane that you're trying to go to.
Okay.
Man, I wish I could just go back and listen to the episode and remember what the fuck you told me. But then again, Felix probably wouldn't have been privy to that.
You know what, though?
Anyways.
This is all plot too.
Yeah, of course it is. So, Electrum Heaven, are we in agreement?
Yeah. It's not we in
Okay.
agreement. I'm casting the spell. It's where I
Right,
want
so-
to go.
Green light, go, Hoblet.
Yeah. So take us to the.
What does it sound like when Hoblet casts plane shift?
Uh,
Like, what does he do? 'Cause that's quite interesting. I know how you do some other things.
I was gonna say he's
Uh,
already used this a couple of times now. We should just know what it sounds like just to establish it, right?
Well, I mean, I have the abilities. It's just a matter of summoning the inner abilities and having a vocal component to it. I don't feel like I have to say the same thing every time. You know, you have different songs. I can say different things, cast the same spells, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure. So?
You remember in It's Always Sunny when the guy makes them take the picture and he goes, "We're lawyers." So,
Puts the hands over the other hands.
literally this time we're all gonna hold hands and Hoblet's just gonna go, "We're shifting," and then we're gonna shift planes.
And
Perfect. That sounds
it
perfect.
happens. In your target, instead of being Solania, which is the name of the Electrum Heaven, and instead of being, pointing yourselves at Irakanor, which might be a destination, you're just kind of going to a subname of the place. And as a result, things are a little less guided than they might be if we had sort of honed in on the destination. One of the issues that comes up is, since it's more archy and not really a straight line, you're popping outside of the realms that would hold chorizo together as a sentient being. And as a result, chorizo really does just become a 45-pound sausage. Some issues crop up with the plane shift at that point, and an arc of energy reaches from Jarrell to Pregnart between their hands, and that arcing spark of energy cooks the sausage as you are traveling through the ether. Frying poor chorizo as you travel.
Alive? Before he was deemed not a chorizo anymore?
Yeah, is he screaming?
That's up for debate, but
somebody roll something. Somebody roll something.
You know what? I like that a lot. In fact, we're going to go with the D2 because it's either a 1 or a 20 here.
No, let me roll for perception.
Sure, go for it.
Because if I sense any pain coming from chorizo, I'm going to end my animate object on him. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. If you love him, let him go.
Okay. Okay. That's a 6.
It's a 6. So you wouldn't be perceptive, but we're going to flip in on the 20 side. Then he gets cooked alive, and on the 1 side, he turns into a sausage before the cooking commences. And of course, I dropped it because I'm fucking awesome. But it's on the floor here somewhere.
You are fucking awesome, Dave.
It's true. He's not wrong.
The man's
Verified.
awesome.
I
And not
third
wrong.
the motion.
James is still wearing his Barbie Dreamhouse headphones.
Gotta get a screenshot.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get a full screen of this.
And it comes up a 20. And yes, chorizo fries just a bit before, in what I'm sure is a heartfelt moment, you allow him to go.
I do.
What happens to the Mickey Mouse hands?
They sort of dissolve into the air, and a really heartwarming cartoony effect is
They both wave goodbye.
Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. They wave goodbye.
They got jerked off into the darkness.
They dissolve from the wrists to the fingertips into a beam of sunlight.
And then
It
you
smells
arrive.
delicious.
It does smell delicious. And definitely of perfectly cooked sausage. 45 pounds of it, by the way. And smells like ozone. Everyone make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm really good at those.
Wait, what are we saving against, though, Dave? Because I'm immune to some stuff.
Eeks.
It's not poison.
No, it's not poison.
Poison.
It's not disease either, is it?
No.
Okay.
That sausage poison.
I love that song, by the way. That's like my favorite club dance tune.
All right. Well, I've got a 13.
I got a 5.
6.
Anybody under a 12 is knocked prone by a concussive blast of an explosion not far away.
I am not.
Neither am I.
I am not.
I'm not.
I rolled an 11, so I am.
So me,
So-
Hedrick, and
Boris.
are.
Yes, the 3 of you are knocked prone. The rest of you are still standing, but things are a little daisy. A crater has been blown in the grass not far from you. And as you gather your bearings, it appears you are in the middle of a celestial battlefield, with the sky overhead a bright silver, and arcs of fire and energy and light arcing overhead.
Wait, who's a crater? And why are they being blown in the grass?
You're such a dipshit.
It's not that kind of heaven.
Okay. So this is far worse than I expected this was going to be. What we got here? I'm gonna pick myself up from the ground, and I expect that I also get hit by a flying sausage, as it's like, also
Splorch with Splorch the turtle.
I rolled for the sausage and it got a nat 20.
Oh my god. So it's standing straight up in the ground.
Sausage stands defiant against the forces of good or evil or whatever it is that launched that projectile that happens to have blasted near you.
Fuck, so we can't even enjoy eating the sausage? We're now in a fucking battlefield? Oh, this is the worst. Okay.
Where is Pregnart in relation to the sausage?
Pregnart, did you... how did you handle your saving throw?
I passed.
You passed? Oh, you and the sausage are still right next to each other then.
I take a bite.
It is delicious.
Yeah, a little spicy.
Oh, just the right amount. It's like, I don't know. I'm going to search in the depths of my soul and say like a Minio and Sapio hot Italian sausage.
Love it. I'm glad our listeners are now privy to the Western New York brand of Italian sausages that we like.
They are the best.
Yeah, good.
I can concur. As an Italian who likes sausages.
Jarrell will put on the helmet and say, Vannon, we're here. Which way do I go?
Uphill, Jarrell. Uphill. Quickly.
Jarrell looks around. Where is the hill?
As you gather your bearings, you sort of notice that the entire field you're on is sort of sloped upwards 10 degrees.
Okay.
Like, not everything is quite lining up, and now that you're kind of figuring out what's up is up and down is down, I mean, you just plane shifted here, and then there was an explosion next to you. It's natural you'd be a little discombobulated.
Jarrell takes the Sword of Justice, points it up the hill, and goes, "Onward, this way!"
Ooh, boy, it's a hell of a moment as that thing just rips into glowing light, like a freaking beacon that's just lighting up 120 feet all around you.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. Okay. I know if I did mention Felix doesn't have to eat, sleep, or breathe, but he will, like, rip a chunk off of the sausage and carry it with him, maybe even take a bite as we're making our way uphill.
Jarrell has no intention. If nobody else is picking up the sausage, Jarrell's taking the sausage with him.
The whole sausage?
Yes. So under your left arm, you're carrying the sausage. In your right arm, you're marching forward with the Sword of Justice, charging forward into the darkness, up the hill.
Phil, if it's not too much to ask, we're going to need a reprisal.
Phil knows.
I'm making notes.
I have never been so embarrassed to fight alongside you, Jarrell.
As your eyes focus in, you notice scores of minor undead. We're talking, minor zombies and skeletons being incinerated at the edge of this 125-foot circle around you.
Sweet.
Well, that's handy.
Boris hasn't actually gotten any sausage yet, so she's running behind Jarrell in like a Pac-Man style chomp.
Yeah. Hedrick is definitely chasing for the same. He's going to try to use his rapier to snip off a morsel or two and send them back to Boris, like as we are running. And he'll start singing as well. Battles have ensued before my eyes, and I've seen Innocents die, but suddenly I'm singing for my life with my allies by my side. We won't hesitate, 'cause Telduria can't wait. Oh, Valen will show the way every day. We've got plenty of foes to slay in every way. We want evil to fade away. Hey. Do, 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 do.
My God, this is like our battle music. This
Yep.
is like what we're.
Yeah, I'd like to imagine.
Yes.
I love your way as we're like,
Yeah,
destroying
Guardians of the
each other.
Galaxy style. We're like charging up the hill. Like that's the music while everything's
This
exploding
is
above our heads.
absolutely what I wanted to feel like, with giant bolts of bright hot light singing through the air from in front of you, zooming over your head and blasting behind you.
Right.
Some sort of archangel and grave titan duking it out, maybe about 80 feet off to the left as you run straight forward.
Munching on sausage the whole way.
Yup, sausage is getting munched. Lesser undead are being blown away. Need some medium-sized undead in here. Roll for initiative.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, hell yeah.
Howbut, it's been a while since we've killed undead together.
Yeah, we might not have to kill him, but I'm going last. Anyone want to help me with this math? What's 2 minus 1?
1.
1. Oh,
One.
1. So I got a 1.
You got a 1.
A nat one, Mike.
There you go. Well, you're still going
Quinn
ahead of
is slow
Howbut.
to the draw.
Well, no, but I still get initiative bonus, so it's
Right.
still a 3.
Right, that's what I
Right,
mean.
and I got
Okay, I need to-
I rolled a 2. Minus 1 is a
Yep.
1.
Yeah.
So you
I rolled a
crushed
1.
me.
I get plus
You roll-
2.
We've been over this already.
Yeah.
Like you're just.
Yeah.
You,
It
you're
doesn't
just
make
never-
it any less irritating every time it happens.
Well, stop rolling so shitty then.
Yeah, James.
Okay, excellent. What we do wind up encountering, as I spoke of them earlier, are grave titans, and there are actually 4 of them
Oh.
headed in the way of the party. They are not getting dissolved by this energy given forth by the Sword of Justice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is your medium undead, eh? That you were talking about throwing in front of us. These are the medium ones.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. So these huge undead are striding towards you with small zombies falling out of their midsections and armored helmets and shoulder pads and naked to just about everything else, because that makes a shit ton of sense.
Beans out and everything?
I mean, they're wearing a loincloth.
Okay. Because you said a helmet and shoulder pad.
Yeah, I mean, but I meant like in terms of useful armor.
Oh. I thought you just meant they were.
They're a big target,
Yeah.
though, so.
Yeah, they have natural,
they're
or
average
what I might
size.
call unnatural armor. Yeah, but yeah, they're a big tanky target apparently. And there are 4 of them striding up together, shoulder to shoulder.
They're about to be not there.
Yeah, they're about to be not there, so they're about 60 feet ahead of you right now. And as we hit the top of initiative, we have at 23. We've got Boris. They are. How many feet away did I just say they were?
You said
Just said
60.
60.
Good, 60 feet. Boris, yeah, we're at you. They are 60 feet ahead.
Okay, Boris is going to. Run ahead 30. I'm not used to being at the top. Boris is going to run ahead 30 feet and bust out her hand crossbow and just shoot at one.
Okay.
Real
Boris
power
runs
move.
ahead 30 feet.
It's like the arrow is the size of, like, maybe it's like, I don't know.
One of the
tip its
hairs
finger.
on its toe.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. What's your hit roll?
Oh no.
Um,
Oh,
Is
gee.
that a one?
for comic effect, let's not even use the lucky. That's a nat 1.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So
wasting lucky
your
on a
hand
hand
crossbow jams, and it is unusable until you spend 1d6 turns repairing it.
That would be 3 turns.
That would be... Okay, yeah, 3 turns. Or you can just use something else next turn. All right, so you've got your move, you've got your action. Doing anything with your bonus action?
Sure am. I'm using it to run back.
Okay. And Boris disengages.
It would be
Back.
dash. You could dash, disengage, or was it hide?
Yep. So yeah, that was a move. That would be the dash.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dash back, so I don't think I can like get all the way back to where the rest of the party is and hide. So just
Right.
dashing back to the group. Haha!
You hold up your like broken crossbow or your jammed crossbow.
Very triumphantly.
So we have Hedrick next. Hedrick would be, I guess, right near Boris, so where Boris started and finished.
Hedrick is relishing in this moment of battle after recently being awakened out of this diamond. And he's going to try to cast Enemies Abound. And I
Ooh,
think
I like
I've done
this
this. I've done this before.
You're essentially going to try to make one of the Grave Titans be confused as to what is a friend or foe, right?
Yes. Yes. It needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Which one are you?
So if it's left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll pick 3.
Okay, against number 3. And what does it need to do again? Sorry.
Intelligence saving throw 18.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
This is going to be a tough one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is not going to do it.
Oh, you wretch, can't you see? You suffer from a malady. You've chosen poorly with thoughts of woe. Now you can't distinguish your friend from your foe. So from now on, he is going to make like attacks at random and consider all creatures hostile.
Ooh, wonderful.
So how does it work in the actual text of the spell?
Yes, on a failed save, the target loses the ability to distinguish friend from foe regarding all creature it can see as enemies until the spell ends, concentration up to 1 minute. Each time the target takes damage, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself with a success. Whenever the affected creature chooses another creature as a target, it must do so at random, from among the creatures it can see within range of attack, spell, or any ability it's using. If the enemy provokes an opportunity attack from the affected creature, the creature must also make that attack if it is able to. So meaning if 2 or 4, the other ones that are standing next to it, decide to move away from its area, it would get an opportunity attack, theoretically. And then for my bonus action, he's going to inspire Pregnart. Because last time he inspired him was quite a long time ago. And certainly we've both been through a lot. And he recently lost his buddy and started to consume him.
But gained a snack.
They call him Pregnard with masterful timing. McGuggle, they say, who makes the souffles. And we know Pregnard, friend of mankind and of sausage, makes soups and sauces of highest degree.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
What does the
It is
inspiration do for me again?
You get 1d10 added to any ability check or attack roll or saving throw, I believe.
Yeah,
Okay,
you have it's anytime in the next like 10 minutes or something like
10
that.
minutes.
You can
10
add
minutes.
that to a d20 roll.
Okay, great. All right.
That is awesome. Hedrick, did you do any moving in there?
No, if I'm 60 feet away,
That's a comfortable distance for you.
yeah, it's comfortable. I mean, he could probably even move to 90 and like strafe to the side so he's not clumped together, but he's not invisible, so maybe he'll just stay with the crew. Stay close to Jarrell. I think that's.
I was gonna say, stay within 120
Yeah,
feet of Jarell,
yeah,
since he
yeah.
seems to have this like burning aura of like
Mhm.
undead smiting around him. You don't want to step outside of that.
No, I'm good. Thank you, Dave.
You get a lot more
All
bonuses
right.
just being close to me in general. Like all sorts of saves and stuff like that.
He'll shout back to Jarell. Jarell, I want you to know, I am not afraid.
All right. So that is Hedrick, and next up would be Felix. And I'm going to have you initially just off to the left of Boris here.
Okay. That's fine. So first thing I'm going to do is like power up like I'm going Super Saiyan. Just like,
Ooh.
"Ah!" And then, those let's see, yeah, it would be 7 motes of light, appear in a crown around my head.
Ooh.
That's my action. And as a bonus action, I'm going to fire one of those motes of light at, we'll say, number 2.
All right. So number 2, and that's taking. Let's see.
I have to roll to see if it hits.
Oh, yep, attack roll. Sorry. It's taking an attack roll. That's what it's doing.
Yeah, so, and, as long as I have, like, at least 4 of these motes above my head, they shed a bright light.
Excellent. More light
Like it
to
matters.
add to the light with this ring of holy fire at 120 feet around.
Okay, so plus 11, that makes this a 25.
Yeah, 25 definitely beats the natural, unnatural armor of these Grave Titans.
Alright, this thing is going to take 4d12 radiant damage.
Radiant.
27 radiant damage.
Okay, just making sure it doesn't have anything making it take extra against Radiant. It doesn't, so it takes the full 27 on number 2. Wonderful. Anything else going on for a move and or a bonus action?
Well, that was my bonus action to fire the mote.
Oh, to create and to fire. Okay.
Yeah, it's the action to create them, but then on any subsequent turn in this turn, right, it's a bonus action to fire one. So, like, next turn, for example, I could fire Eldritch Blasts plus Motes of Light.
Awesome. And you are now at 6 motes of light, having fired the one.
Correct. I'm keeping track of them on my sheet.
Okay. And any movement there?
We'll move 25 feet. No, I'm just going to... Okay. I'm going to move 25 feet up knowing that Jarell is going to move ahead of me.
Good call.
I'm not going to make the mistake of not being by him this time.
Okay. All right, so that is Felix, and that takes us to, let's see, 23, 22, 22, 19, Pregnart. I've got you kind of with the crowd here, maybe just a little bit behind Boris.
Mm-hmm. How far are all the enemies spread out? Like, what's like center of mass, and like how many enemies are in that like sort of area?
You could get them all in a 30-foot circle. They're pretty much shoulder to shoulder, and though they're pretty tall, they're not super wide.
All right, I'm going to try out this new spell, Reverse Gravity. I'm going to create a 50-foot radius. I'm going to create a 50-foot radius cylinder centered on all those enemies and reverse gravity in that cylinder.
Ooh.
They need to do a save to grab hold of something solid, and if they fail that, they are just going to fall upwards.
Okay, what kind of save do they need to make?
Dex. Sorry, Dex save.
They're making dex saves, okay, which they suck at. All right, this will be fun. Ooh, let's see, a 1 on the die. 15, 10, and a 20. So let's see, what do they need to make or not make?
18.
18. Okay, so only number 4 passes.
Okay. And
So the other three are-
basically, what happens is they fall upward and just sort of oscillate at the top of the cylinder. And when that spell runs out, they fall 100 feet down.
Ooh.
This is a new telekinetic.
3 of them now 100 feet in the air.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to use Quicken Dispel in order to... Wait, let me see how that works. Yeah, I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to cast Quicken Spell and Ray of Frost on this guy.
Hey,
I mean,
it's cantrip. Yeah, go for it.
And it does extra damage because you're beyond 11th level, right? So.
Yeah. 1d8.
Should be 3d8.
No. Yeah, it should be 3d8 and then negative 10 speed.
Speed. Gotta hit it first. Hit it. Hit it.
It's a 15 to hit. I'm not going to use that inspiration.
Yep, 15 does the job.
Okay. And that is 3d8 damage. That's an 8. That's a 7. That's a 5. That is 20.
Ouchie. Okay.
And then negative 10 speed.
And minus
Until the
10
next turn.
speed. As though it could move anywhere, since it's literally having to clutch at roots or grass or something on the ground to not float upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you said there was a 50-foot cylinder?
Yeah, 50-foot radius, 100 feet high.
Okay.
50-foot radius, so it's a 100-foot diameter.
All right.
circle or
Yes,
sphere.
which also means that the edge of this cylinder is 10 feet in front, and Felix, you're in it.
Oh,
shit! Shit! Okay, that's fine. I
for
made the
dex
choice
save.
to go up there. I made the choice to go up there. All right, I'm gonna make a dex save. Oh fuck! This is a very important dex save for me. But it's fine. It's fine. I still like this idea. I'm not even mad about it.
I guess I should have checked as well.
20 on the dex
All
save.
right.
Oh, 20 on the
There you
deck
go.
save. You're great.
Unnatural 20. Unnatural, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like
Good
resisting
stuff.
being like lifted into the air. I'm like grabbing onto the ground, right? Like to prevent myself from falling to the sky.
Yeah. All right, wonderful. So we've got that. Felix, Pregnart.
I'm gonna I'm gonna imagine that Jarrell's probably gonna just jump into this fucking gravity well with his fucking sword just raised in the air because that just seems like something he'd do.
Why would I do that? Just to fall 100
all
feet
new-
later?
From down here.
The all-new Jarrell brand blender.
Right.
I can't
All
kick
right.
your ass from over here.
So also it's I just did a little quick search because I didn't feel like doing the math. It'll take about 7 to 8 seconds to fall 100 feet. And I'm just going to make a quick note to, can I just proactively deactivate that spell when I see them reach the pinnacle of their fall?
It would
Sure.
I was gonna say it would be you've already done an action and a bonus action, so that would be a reaction. But you've already prepared.
Yeah.
You've already done your action.
But
I mean, you could
here's the
just
thing. A whole combat round is 6 seconds, which means it
Just
would
a-
put the resolution of this 1 second into the next combat round.
oh true.
True.
Okay.
True.
Okay. DM
But
says
one of those floating also cannot distinguish its friends from its foes, so it's floating next to two of its
yes.
other cal-
I was going to say, and those are really its only targets.
And
it has a chance to like just beat those out until they fall.
Because notably, due to the laws of physics, it's falling upwards at the exact same speed as the other two.
They're going to reach terminal velocity all at the same time.
Yes, they are. And that's all happening right now at initiative 15 on the enemy's turn. And yes, our angry number 3 has definitely got reach on both number 2 and number 1. And I want to see what kind of actions we got here.
That's awesome.
We're so cool.
We do a little bit.
That's my brand new Pregnart spell, and I was like, this is the exact kind of chaos that Pregnart is going to create in a battle. That was my logic for choosing that one.
It's the best kind of chaos. This is awesome. I'm not even upset about being caught in the field of this.
Especially because it doesn't affect you right now.
Yes, so it's going to make...
felt very bad.
Yeah.
It is going to make 2 great sword attacks, so one against each of number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is going to be...
That's going to be a pretty great sword if a Grave Titan is wielding it.
Oh yeah, this thing is like 10 feet long and almost an entire foot thick, like wide. Like it's almost more of a bludgeoning weapon than a sword at the kind of size it is. So yeah, the first attack hits pretty convincingly, and the second attack is a nat 20. Okay, wonderful. So we've got ourselves some good old damage going on over here. Let's see. And these are plus 12 to hit. Let's see. 66 plus 8. Wonderful.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Let's get my auto roller out here.
I have to say, though, for a party that frequently miscasts and hits each other with our own spells by accident, it is very nice to see the enemy doing it to each other for a change.
That is the gamble of this spell, because Hedrick can't deal that kind of damage to them. They can do it to each other. There's the chance that they can deal it to each other.
I love that for you.
Yeah. Woohoo! I also love that Pregnart is mostly a peaceful being, and instead of attacking the ones, like he just kind of like just send them up in the air, just float them. Take care of one at a time.
It's an intent to harm, though.
Like it's one of those really cold, awful, passive harms.
Gray area.
Like I didn't really kill you; something else killed you. I just didn't stop it. So anyway, the first attack hits on the first one for a total of 26 slashing damage. And attacks number 2 with that crit, which is 30. Let's see, a full die roll plus another die roll,
and then any modifiers.
36 plus 20. Oh yeah, plus 8 on each of those too. Yeah. So let's see, those minus 26, 8. That's minus 34. Okay, and this other one is 36 plus 8 plus 20. $64 against number 2 that had already been hit. Wow, really whacked him on the way up. And let's see, they're both...
You love to see it.
Yeah, they're both moving at the exact same speed, so nobody's getting an oppie against each other, and they continue to fall up for the entire 6 seconds of their turn. And we've got our dude clutching on the ground over here. Jeez, he's just sort of got to clutch on the ground and not fall upwards. And that is going to be... Yeah.
Do they have to repeat the
I was going to say,
saving
do they
throw?
have to... I was going to say, do the creatures in the area have to repeat the save, Zach? For reverse gravity? Like if they start their turn in that area still?
Ooh, I don't know.
I would imagine so.
The thing is,
I would imagine.
What about it is they're rolling to save to grab onto something, which would imply that they need to stay grabbed onto something.
Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
The spell says, this spell reverses gravity in a 50-foot radius, 100-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. All creatures and objects that aren't somehow anchored to the ground in the area fall upward and reach the top of the area when you cast the spell. Creature can make a dexterity saving throw to grab onto a fixed object it can reach, thus avoiding the fall. If some solid object, such as a ceiling, is it doesn't really say.
It just, but I mean, the saving throw essentially implies, though, that you're grabbing onto a fixed object it can reach to avoid the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, the negative gravity isn't going away. It's continuing to pull for that entire 6 seconds and longer as they continue to float at the top of this, which means whatever's at the bottom would need to continue to grab on. And even
or get out of the way.
Yeah, well, you have to stay grabbed on to continue getting out of the way because it's essentially like climbing across a ceiling.
Yeah,
and
right.
As
you're
we
trying
noted on this guy, half speed.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I'm going to say that with all this fuckery going on, that our Grave Titan can only hang from the grass and roots and hand walk 5 feet towards the party.
Sick.
So yeah, and that is all it gets to do on its turn. We get past 15, that takes us to initiative 13 with Jarrell.
How far am I from the edge of the gravity well thing?
10 feet.
Okay. Where's Felix in this?
Felix is 15 feet inside.
Okay. I am just going to utilize my spirit guardians. So Jarrell is going to lift his hand above his head and it doesn't say how many. A bunch of giant...
which hand? The hand that's holding the sausage or the hand that's holding the sword?
The sword hand.
You are currently encumbered.
Yeah,
I guess, you could hold the sword aloft and do that. I think that sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, like fucking He-Man.
And a bunch of angelic looking like sheepdogs circle Jarrell. They're big, like mastiffs.
Big doggos.
Yep. And then I will move around the diameter, around the 100-foot area.
Okay, this is a pretty damn big radius here, so you're going to be doing a lot of going to the side. Are you going to the left or to the right?
I'll go to the left.
You're going to go to the left. So this is mostly about 10 feet up and about 40 feet off to the left.
I can only go 30
or 30 feet. So 10 feet up and about 20 feet off to the left. There we go. I'm just sort of drawing it out too far. There we are.
Yep.
Okay, and you are now right at the edge of this circle.
Okay.
All right. Are you going to be doing anything from here, or are you just doing the move on up?
I can only cast the Spirit Guardian, so Spirit Guardian's the move.
All right, so the Spirit Guardians surround you, but do nothing else. Some of them stray over into the anti-gravity area, and they appear unaffected.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Jarrell, and that puts us to, 13-4 with Quinn.
Okay, so I have some logistical questions real quick. So, as they're floating up, right? I'm acting, or are they already at the top by the time it's my action?
They have been slowly floating up, and I'm kind of ticking off fragments of a second on the way into this one, and it's been a few turns since Pregnart, so I want to say they are about 35 feet off the ground now.
Perfect.
Right, they're in the process of falling.
Thank you.
Up.
So I am going to cast Shatter on the 3 that are floating up. So as I cast, I pull out this kind of flaky rock. I rub it on my hand and break it in 2 and say,
boom goes the dynamite.
Okay. Boom goes the dynamite. And as that happens, the three of them hear this piercing sound that just kind of like just grates on them. They're gonna take. I'm actually casting this. I'm gonna cast this at level 5. They're gonna take 6d8 damage.
They gotta save first, don't they?
Well, that's true.
Now, this
Sorry.
is a concussive damage, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a Constitution save.
Thunder, I think. Yeah.
Thunder,
Can I
but
ask
this
a
is
question?
something that would do a physical force, right?
It doesn't. It as I say, it doesn't push them like Thunderwave does. It just creates like a crack, like a boom.
Right, it's a sound. It's
Right.
like piercing their
Like
their
Like
inner-
it would have been like if this was 3.5, it would have been sonic damage, right, instead of thunder.
Okay, I'll take that. It's not imparting any physics onto them. So I would want to keep track of that sort of thing, because I feel like Thunderwave plus this would actually do some really cool shit.
Oh yeah, no,
Right.
that's Murph has that. I don't have that.
Yeah, so I was just thinking, do I have to do physics and see how these guys arc out of this and what speed they're going to be going up at?
Yeah, no.
My
They're gonna
question
land.
wasn't gonna get that crazy, but my question was like, I feel like a huge asshole because this might make it not work. But what is the range on the spell you're casting, Mike?
It's 60 feet. That's why I asked the question about like when, like how
Alright.
far they were up.
I think it'll be close enough no matter what, because I would, if necessary, want to do like a trigonometric.
Yeah, I hear you. Because it's what,
not-
50 feet and then 35 up.
Right. So
Try to
it'd
get
be-
them at their highest up point or something like that.
Right. Well, no, I was just.
I mean,
never mind.
I
I'm
can
just being a math nerd, and
potentially-
I don't want to ruin the spell.
I can potentially move closer to the
We've
edge
already
of it.
accepted it's happening. So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
kind of?
Alright,
they're just-
cool.
Let's let them make their saves.
36 feet up, it's still going to fall within that arc. But anyway, yeah, I like that a lot. What saves are they making?
Constitution.
Con saves. Okay, good. Finally, a decent fucking save I can make.
Oh, that's not helpful.
Yeah, so let's see. 16,
It's not helpful for us.
18, and 14.
It is proficiency plus. So it's
You're
17 is my.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, numbers 1 and 3 are going to take some damage.
Okay.
Well, 2 would take, I think, half.
Right. Yep.
Sure.
We'll get to that. Oh shit! Feel my dice fell. That's okay.
But that means that 3 also has to repeat its save against enemies abound, which I wanted to caution you about, but you already cast the spell.
Say that again.
Number 3 is going to have to also repeat its save now that it's taking damage against enemies abound.
Hmm.
But it could
Twen-
fail.
25 damage for 1 and 3. 12 damage for number 2. Thunder damage.
Okay, they have taken the noted thunder damage. Is there any other component of this?
Nope.
Okay, wonderful. Anything else you are doing on this turn? Any move or bonus
Yes.
action? Oh, yes, wonderful. I like it.
I am going to be giving inspiration to Hoblet. And the way I give that inspiration is Hoblet, remember, bad decisions make good stories.
I think I have that tattooed somewhere on me.
If not, you should.
My other one actually involves a tattoo, so we'll get to that on the next episode.
Wonderful. I love that so much. Was there any movement portion of that, or are you just sort of sticking with this crowd here?
I'm kind of like just slowly, I guess, just making sure there's no trigonometric issues with my. So I'm moving forward, maybe like 5 feet, just to make sure that spell is works.
Okay, wonderful. I've got you there. And that takes us out of your turn and into Hoblet, who is going to round out our initiative for the evening.
Come on, save the best for last. Let's go.
Well, I'm a little bit. They're 35 feet off the ground. Yes.
They are now about 42 feet off the ground.
And the other one is on the ground.
The other one is on the ground, desperately clinging to the ground and trying to climb hand over hand, upside down, across the ground towards you to try to fight you out of spite with I don't know, one of its hands or something.
Upside down. It looks like it's doing like upside down monkey bars, I guess, right?
Yes, exactly. That is exactly what it's doing.
With grass? What is it hanging
Yeah, with
into again?
like grass and roots and just whatever parts of the ground it can reach into.
Yeah, it's like literally digging its like gigantic hands like into the dirt just to like.
Also, like within that cylinder, there has to be like chaos going around. Like anything untethered to the ground will be falling up, like dust, stones, anything.
Yep. The occasional confused worm.
Yeah.
So, if they're 40 some feet in the air, there's no way for me in this turn to get within 30 feet of them.
No.
Damn it, Zach.
Sorry.
Like, I literally can just slaughter all these fucks if I can just get within 30 feet of them.
I was gonna say, if you're trying to turn undead, these are probably a little bit bigger than your typical instant kills.
If you're willing to be patient, I hear they might be back within range soon.
Yeah, maybe in about 3 seconds.
Fran, I don't have turn undead anymore. I have destroy
different.
undead.
Right.
And
Up
it
to a
goes
certain
up
challenge
to,
rating.
Yeah, 3 now, which I'm
Yeah,
assuming
these are
is pretty. I don't know what it goes up to.
10.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Well, actually, to like draw out the scene, I'll be deactivating that spell on my next turn, but then it'll take another 7 to 8 seconds for them to fall back down.
Yes, they will.
I see Hoblet just like jumping right in and just like going after them.
Well, I can't, because if I go in there, then I'm gonna start floating, right?
Sure, because you've not made any other
You're not floating.
decisions like that before.
Also, not floating, falling.
Also, if you
falling up,
if you jump off the ground towards them, you'll be accelerating towards them because they started falling with 0 acceleration.
and you can ride one to the ground.
You're going to take 100 feet of fall damage.
Right.
But he will have one to break his
Why?
fall.
I'm not going in there.
Right. They wanted me
I'm
to go
not
in there
going
too.
in
Like it was
there.
a good idea. Like why would I do that when I'm going to take 100
And
feet
you
of
call
fall
yourselves.
You
You
call
guys call
yourselves
yourselves
tanks.
heroes.
I'm
yeah, you
not
call yourselves
suicidal.
Heroes. You're not willing to go beat up a creature that's falling upward and then riding it on its back as it falls to the ground, thus breaking your fall.
Epic.
Come on.
Yeah, have you ever seen Dr. Strangelove? You can just ride him.
Right.
Done with
Wave
y'all.
wave your hat overhead,
You're
and
right.
Yahoo all the way down.
Yep.
I'm not familiar with the scene that you're referencing.
It's Slim Pickens riding the bomb at the end of the movie.
So what are you doing then, Hoblet?
You're in there too?
Yeah, but I'm grabbing onto the ground. Like I'm not falling.
It's a dexterity save, Hoblet.
Which I suck at. I'm not going in there. It's really because all my spells are like cone or like something. So if I do that, you're in it.
Why don't you just walk
don't
next
have-
to me and we'll go kill some stuff over left?
Okay. I know I'm attacking somebody. That's fucked.
He can't just wait a couple seconds for these two things to fall to the ground and explode. He has to like kill something right
No, 'cause
now.
I gotta turn right now.
So, since we got the fate of the episode hanging in this one, which way are we going here?
Fine, I'll just fucking go over with Jarrell. I can wait one turn. I can wait one turn.
Yeah. All right. So you're going to head off in the same direction
Yes,
as
over with
Jarrell.
his. What is it, like a pack of huskies? What do we have? Dogs?
Yeah,
Dags?
big dogs.
Spirit dogs.
Dags. You like dags?
Mastiffs.
I'm
They're
going over with
mastiff.
Jarrell and his dags. I'm going to. Yeah.
Okay.
Prepare an
so,
action.
Jarrell, Hoblet, what's your move speed, by the way? Do you get the full 30?
Nope. 25.
25. Okay, so you will be lagging 5 feet behind Jarrell.
Which is fine. He still has all my bonuses.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you've got a pretty big arc there. The
What
arc
is it?
of the destroying of the minor undead, by the way, is following Jarrell. It's in a big enough radius where it doesn't really matter to anybody, though. But yeah, that takes us sort of to the bottom of initiative. It would put us back up to Boris, but instead of doing that, I think this is a good stopping place to call this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like us, we can be found on the internet. We're in such places as Reddit/r/Hapless Heroes Podcast. If you search Facebook, you could also find us at Hapless Heroes Podcast. At Hapless Heroes on both Twitter and the Gram will also find our accounts, and any of those places will have some sort of sticky or pinned post that'll take you to us at the crown jewel of our internet presence, our Discord server, where you can meet and greet and chat and hang out with both us and your fellow audience members in a growing and wonderful and supportive and I think pretty great community. We'd love to have you with us. Now, if you really like us, though, you could leave us a 5-star review in the podcast service of your choice. I feel like 200 and X episodes in, I think this is 210 or something like that. You probably have settled upon a podcast service, and if it allows you to leave reviews, please, by all means, we encourage you to leave us a 5-star review, but really leave us any honest review of any amount of stars you feel appropriate. That way we can find it, we can read it on air and recognize you as the 5-star human being that you are. And just kind of stretching back to that Discord server thing, we also have a channel in there. If your podcast service of choice doesn't have a review option, you can always leave us one there so that we can also accordingly read it and recognize you.
Yeah, shout out Whack Job T. Wrote us a very comprehensive review saying that, we're a D&D podcast for everyone, from first-timers to experienced players, fun for all. It's a perfect mix of play and banter. I'd say we do a lot more banter than play, but at the same time, it's all play. Plenty of creative uses of rules layer to work their way through this beautifully constructed story. That's really nice of you to say.
Also, he said perfect mix, not perfect balance.
Thank you. Excuse me if I misspoke. I don't even remember what I said.
No. You're saying we do a lot more of one than the other, but that doesn't matter.
That's true. You're right. The mix of characters for each player and the creative use of the side arcs to handle casting changes due to availability is truly genius. 2 DMs alternating is absolutely amazing as well to keep things fresh and the players on their toes. 4 full listens through of this entire podcast, and now just enjoying my weekly episode to get to my work week started. Can't pick a better way to start the week than a new episode drop. This dude has listened to our episode our podcast 4 times through.
That's amazing.
And gave us
That's
10 out of
truly
10
incredible.
and everything. He said his only thing to work on, more wood puns. He did say JK, but I don't think you're joking, bud. I just don't.
We'll wait till he gets these piss puns in his ear holes.
Right. It was his intro to D&D. Will forever be his favorite. None. He says that none of the others compare. We're a humble group and deserve all the success. Thank you for bringing me into this absolute creative world that's D&D. This is art, and y'all are artists. Keep it up. Hey, thanks, buddy. So nice.
Thanks. Thank you.
So nice.
So go out on a limb and
5
say that we all appreciated that.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Thank you. Now we got to recognize someone as a 5-star human being, and you, dear listener, could be next. Now, if you really, really like us, though, you could donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/haplessheroes, and we have a variety of membership levels that all sort of give you different things, different privileges in our Discord server, access to outtakes and bloopers and all those fun things. What you're really doing is helping us, continue to run our podcast is this wonderful listener-supported experience that we've got here. And it does go into recording equipment and our hosting fees and all those sorts of things. We really do appreciate it.
I was going to say, just as a quick example, right? Hosting costs. I was able to buy a new web camera so we can give Dave something that didn't actually look like it came out of like a, I don't know, like it made him actually look like a real person again.
A real person.
We've been able, we give a lot of that money back to like other content creators like Tim at Tabletop Audio, who we use like all those ambiances and all the things you hear in the background. Like we just donate that money right back to him as a thank you for letting us use all of his stuff for the last like several years. It all goes right back into making this show awesome. So like, thank you all for supporting us for so long. You are truly the cream of the crop, the best.
And if you like us, right now you like us, Sally Field, and the whole deal, utilize a public transportation system of your choice. Choose an incredulous incredulous interjection of your choice and accent of your choice, and upon said public transportation, vehicle, device, what have you, say something along the lines of, "Woo, doggies! Did my mama just bake a pie, or does it smell like Hapless Heroes podcast inside this here vehicle?" That's it.
This is good. That's good. I dig
That's
it.
fair.
Allow it.
And since there's not much I can really do about that, there's definitely nothing I can do to top it. The only thing I can do is provide us a graceful exit. Or, as graceful as I can provide. To my right, we have, as the fabulous Felix Fizzlebottom, we have Francesco.
They actually finally listened at the end of the day.
To his right, as Lord Jarrell the Light, we have John.
Until next time.
To his right, as Boris the Butcher, we have Nicole.
I still think that Hoblet should have gone in there.
To her right, as Pregnart, we have Zach.
Oh boy, did I get a charisma bonus? Because it seems like these guys are falling for me.
To his right, as Hedrick the Entertainer, we have Phil.
Shit, Pregnart, you stole my line.
Did I really?
Yeah, exactly my line. That's exactly what I was going to say. Oh,
Holy
shucks,
shit.
Pregnart. Looks like they're falling.
Holy shit.
I shit you not. I wouldn't have done that.
That's kind of great.
To his right, as Lord and Captain Quinn Southwind, we have Mike.
Really regret not taking a bite of chorizo.
To his right, as Hoblet the Smasher, we have James.
100 feet is a long way.
Isn't it, though? My name is Dave, and I've been your host and Dungeon Master for this evening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.
I love you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, wow.
Bye.